YouTube horror movie channel.
I shot him 6 times!
What's going on, horror fanatics? Welcome to
I shot him 6 times!
YouTube Horror Movie Channel. As you know, I'm your host and creator of the channel, Marcus. If you have not done so already, please shoot this video a like. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm a ton. As well as if you're a new viewer to this channel, please shoot that subscribe button as well as that notification icon so you get all the latest content updates to the channel. As well as if you'd like to become a member to the channel, shoot over to the channel dashboard, shoot that join button and choose what level membership best works for you. Okay everyone, so in this video I'm going to be coming at you guys with a Scream 7 rumor update, and these rumors are coming from the Twitter account of Scream Movies at Scream_News_. This is a Twitter account that I've spoken about before here on the channel. They seem to be up to date, or at least ingrained with some rumors and news surrounding Scream 7. So let's get into the post and see what they had to say. As you can see, the first one says Melissabarrera and Courtneycox are the 2 stars that are signed on for Scream 7. Number 2 is Neve Campbell is in negotiations. Number 3, there is a completed draft. And number 4, Radiosilence wouldn't do this movie without the former team, including Jennaortega. Now, of course, these are all just rumors. Does not mean that this is actually going to turn out to be fact. However, of course, I am going to talk about it here because we just never might know. These rumors might actually turn out to be true after all. So let's dig into it, shall we? Melissabarrera and Courtneycox being signed on for Scream 7, if it is true, is a good thing, I suppose. I do find it quite odd, given that we know for a fact that Radiosilence and Melissabarrera are in the middle of making a Universal horror monster movie. So, I mean, I guess it all comes down to the timing on when is Scream 7 going to be filmed. I also want to give a shout out to Beyond the Masks YouTube horror movie channel. He posted a video a little over an hour ago talking about some Scream 7 rumors. However, from a different Twitter account by the name of Cinema Stealth. I tried to look up that Twitter account before I saw this one from Scream Movies, and that Twitter account is no longer existent. So whoever created that Twitter account and posted those Scream 7 rumors that Beyond the Mask was talking about seems to have deactivated their account, and this is why we can only take these posts as rumors and not fact. However, Scream Movies seems to be pretty consistent. They don't seem like they're going to be taking down their account anytime after they post a rumors update. So I think I'm going to be sticking with Scream Movies when it comes to these Scream 7 rumor updates, especially via Twitter. Now, let's get back into it here, shall we? The whole thing as well too with Beyond the Mask with his in his video that Cinema Stealth was saying was that basically the studio wants to get this film done by the end of the year. They're hoping to get Scream 7 shot and filmed by the end of the year. And I find that very difficult given the fact that we don't know exactly when filming is going to be done on this Universal horror monster movie that Radiosilence and Melissabarrera is doing. So that's why I kind of find this rumor about Melissa being already signed on quite odd. It's not that I find it odd in terms of her not wanting to do it. I just find it odd in terms of the timing. So obviously we will find out when we get an official update. But that also pertains to Jennaortega in this last part here of Radiosilence wouldn't do this movie without the former team, including Jennaortega. I've stated in previous videos that rumors were that the studio was willing to do this movie without Jennaortega, being that she is signed on for Beetlejuice, now Iron Man 3, that basically the studio themselves are not willing to wait. They are trying to essentially rush Scream 7, and if that means sacrificing arguably the biggest star out of the newer cast members, then they are willing to do so, according to said rumors. And here we see it says Radiosilence wouldn't do this movie without the former team, including Jennaortega. Now, there has been some rumors speculating on whether Radiosilence is going to return as well. And given the fact that this is, part of the post by Scream Movies, apparently this is the rumor going around, you have to wonder that if the studio is going to be steadfast with rushing this film, will Radio Silence and Jenna Ortega be back for this movie? If this post is telling me that Radio Silence, if they can't get every single one of their stars that they handpicked for these characters in their versions of Scream, they most likely will not be back for Scream 7. And in my opinion, I'm in agreement with that. I've been on record saying, yes, could Radio Silence and their writing team spruce up and tighten up a couple, editing and writing errors in these two films? Sure. But I don't want to see a new director coming in, taking over these characters that they did not create. I want Radio Silence to put a cap to the end of the story of the characters that they have created in the Scream franchise. So if this does turn out to be true, that Radio Silence will not return unless everybody from the former team is back, I do think we got to start to question, is the studio really going to sacrifice Jenna Ortega not being in this movie just so that essentially they can make a quick buck? I mean, it's not the first time we have seen it done in a horror franchise, especially with iconic horror franchises, so it's not impossible to think that the studio will just say, oh, whatever, we want to make our money, so bump Jenna Ortega. We don't need her. Make the movie anyway. But this is kind of refreshing if it does turn out to be true, that Radio Silence is like, look, we're not coming back unless you give us all of our stars for the characters that we created back in this film. If that turns out to be true, I will really, really be happy about that, because that's Radio Silence standing up for themselves, but also standing up for the stars and for the characters that they have created in the Scream franchise. And to quickly touch on the rumor that there's a completed draft already done for Scream 7, in my opinion, this is no real surprise. This is kind of what was already hinted at for Scream 6 as well. After Scream 5 is that Radio Silence already had a draft souped up for Scream 6. So this is no real surprise here if it does turn out to be true. It seems like these guys are definitely ahead of the game in terms of the story that they want to tell. We now move on to the second rumor and the most important rumor out of this post from Scream Movies about Neve Campbell being in negotiations for Scream 7. Now, apparently, according to Scream source, Neve Campbell was asked by a fan at a convention if she will return for Scream 7, and she responded, I don't know if I can talk about it. Now, I watched that entire convention, I watched an entire panel that actually Joe Turner shared on his YouTube channel. If you guys want to go check it out, I actually shared it in a community post here on the channel, and I did not hear anybody ask Neve Campbell that question. However, I will say that sometimes at the conventions, they have multiple panels that they partake in for whatever movie they're talking about. So maybe whatever, panel that Joe was showcasing on his channel, where he got the Scream panel and, had it showcased for us, maybe that was on a Saturday, and maybe whenever this person asked Neve this question happened to be on a Sunday panel. Because I do know sometimes at the conventions, they do more than one panel for the weekend. So that is very, very possible that happened. I have not seen that yet, so I can't confirm if Neve Campbell did say such words. However, I don't believe, especially somebody who is at a convention there in person, who asked Neve Campbell this question would be lying. Hopefully we do get some video evidence of it. But I'm going to actually believe this person, and I think the fact that Neve responded the way she did, that I don't know if I can talk about it, that these rumors that she is in negotiations for Scream 7 with the studio are most likely very true, because you have to ask yourself the question, why else would she respond in that manner? She had no problem letting everybody know that she was leaving Scream 6, that she was not going to be a part of that project. So, if she wasn't going to be a part of Scream 7, or has not been approached about it yet, I would believe that Neve would be honest and say, No, I have not been approached about it at this time, so I don't know if I am going to be in Scream 7 or not. The fact that she said, according to this fan, that I don't know if I can talk about it, definitely tells me that there are some negotiations going on between Neve Campbell and Paramount and Spyglass. And guys, fingers crossed that these rumors about Neve Campbell being in negotiations are true, and fingers crossed is that this time around the studio gives her what she so rightfully deserves in terms of whatever she is asking for pay rate anyway. But okay everyone, that's it for this video. Leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you all make of these Scream 7 rumor updates, as well as let me know what you guys think about that fan from the convention asking Neve Campbell would she be in Scream 7. Do you believe that she said that she cannot talk about it right now? And if she did say that, what do you guys take that as? Do you take it as a sign that she's in negotiations, or do you take it as a sign that she just doesn't want to talk about it? Once again, this is
I shot him 6 times!
YouTube Horror Movie Channel. I'm your host and creator of the channel, Marcus. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. Thank you all for watching.